Hey, out here hanging with the boys, man. They're part of the team.
Part of the team, man. Can't tell you, part of the team.
Welcome to Tampa Bay. We fuck 'em up when we raise the flag. Fire the cannons and seize the day. The crew's ready, all hands on deck.
What is up, everybody? You're watching the Loose Cannons. I'm your boy Sammer, hanging out with my boy Stank, and Latte has the night off because he deserves it. We're hanging out with Dr. Pless of Real Bucs Talk. Dr. Pless, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? How are you doing?
Pretty good. So the Bucs played a preseason game on Saturday night, and aside from a few bright spots, a couple plays here or there, maybe a little, couple units looked okay. Starters looked like stars, obviously made a few plays here and there. The team looked like shit overall, and that resulted in a pretty ugly preseason loss. Score doesn't fucking matter. Who cares? It's mostly about these guys trying to make the team, obviously. But the headline coming out of Saturday night, the Bucs lose Aaron Stinnie to a torn MCL, torn ACL. Terrible news as it relates to the depth of that offensive line unit as a whole. I don't think he was in line to actually be a starter. We saw him kind of lose first-team reps early on in camp, I think because of the Ryan Jensen injury. And then after that, it was kind of the Leverett show. And then Luke Gadecki kind of started getting a little bit more run against the Tennessee Titans in those joint practices. And then let him start the game at left guard to get his feet wet, see where he's at with that. But Stinnie wasn't the guy. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't important to this team. He was a depth piece. He played awesome in the Super Bowl, filling in for Alex Kappa. He was a star at that position. And they went into the offseason when they lost Ali Marpet, thinking this guy had a chance to replace him or maybe slide into that right guard role, but then they go ahead and get Shaq Mason. So, although it's a terrible injury in terms of depth for this team, I still don't think the overreactionary people on Twitter freaking out that we've lost the starting left guard, but, it's a bit over the top there. He wasn't the starting left guard. He wasn't replacing Ali Marpet. So I think we're okay. Cuts are coming up. So I think we'll figure something out, and I think we're in good hands with Jason Light. Pless?
No, I would agree. And I think people forget, we still have 4 good starters on the offensive line. You look at Donovan Smith, Tristan Wirfs, Shaq Mason, who's an upgrade over Alex Kappa. Robert Hainsey is holding his own at center. I thought he played very well in the game. He had a couple reps where he got beat, but for, being what it is, he is becoming a very solid player. So I don't think you have to worry about him. And then now it's just figuring out the left guard. And I think they believe very highly in Luke Gadecki, who, looks like he's going to become the starter. I think they like Nick Leverett as the top backup, and pretty much he replaces Aaron Stinnie. He's a more versatile piece to be the backup center or guard option. And yeah, we just have to see how it goes. But I think the overreaction is just seeing that Aaron Stinnie was in line to compete for a starting job, but eventually over time he was just moving down the depth chart because he was getting beat by other guys. And it's unfortunate that he got injured, in a preseason game, but that happens. I mean, it's happening everywhere across the league. So they just have to, next man up mentality. And thank God preseason is almost over. We only have one more game left to get through, and then it's real bullets, let it fly.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is that he was able to fill in at right guard or left guard. So if somebody went down during the season, even for a play or two, or for an extended period of time, or just a game, he could slide in. They had a comfort level with him there. And then now you kind of have to figure out that comfort level is going to come with Leverett. Is he able to play both sides? I don't know anything about offensive line play, obviously, but we have to feel comfortable with it. If anything, the Bucs have flourished at figuring out the last 5-6 years, it's offensive line, I feel like.
Right, and I think Stank would say agree to this as well. Leverett, I think becomes.
Oh, I forgot we were recording. What? Is this on?
What?
Hello. Oh, hi guys, I'm here. Yeah, Sammer gave me 10 days off and then fucking freaked the fuck out, and I had to fly back to record because Latte made up some shit. He can't be here. I think you guys were talking about offensive linemen, Aaron Stinnie. Yeah, he's a bunch of backup guys. Who fucking knows, right? At least it happened now, and Jason Light can do what Jason Light always does, and just do some magic. Fill that role. The GOAT is back. I could come on here and cry about that preseason loss. The GOAT is back, bro. The GOAT is back.
That's all you care about.
as expected. I wasn't worried that, Tom wouldn't be back. He's a professional. Again, he had time with his wife and kids. Now he's refreshed, ready to go. And thankfully, like I said earlier, it's only one more preseason game left. He might play in it, he might not. But he'll be ready for Dallas, and that's all that matters right now.
Hey, Sammer, people in the chat room are asking, what the fuck is up with music? We got music?
I had a little faded in music, and I forgot to turn it off after we switched.
Oh, people are hot. They hate the music.
Apparently, yeah.
Never fucking do it again.
A little bit of music fading, guys. Trying to be a fucking professional show here.
Listen,
right?
Rohan Power. I'm gonna say Rohan Power. He is not a fan of you or the music.
Whoa.
He said, cut that shit out.
No music, please. Just that's all he said all night.
Yeah, but the tone, all lowercase, we know he means business.
We have a hard out. We got Dr. Pless. We have an appointment. We have only 1 hour with this doc, right? So
why is that, Dr. Pless? Why are you leaving us, Pless? What the fuck?
Well, I got my own show to run at 9, and we have Brad Johnson on there, so it's a big time show. We gotta be ready.
What does that mean? It's a big time show.
I'm on a big time show right now, but I have to be ready for my own big time show.
So you're leaving us for a fucking quarterback.
Guys doing TikTok videos, unbelievable.
Yeah, some Super Bowl winning Buccaneer quarterback. I see how it is. Dude.
He's a big time celebrity on TikTok. It's pretty big time stuff.
All right. Well, anyway, Tom Brady's back. Yeah, I guess we're not going to talk about Stinnie at all, huh, Stank? Is that it?
We can talk about Stinnie. I was just saying. The GOAT is back, and you led with Stinnie. Listen, we have
all night to talk about that.
we all love Stinnie. He will forever be a hero to us. He stepped in, played like a champion when we needed him the most. But like Pless said, probably wasn't going to win that position battle. It really hurts us in the depth department. And but I trust that they're going to develop guys, and Light's going to pull whoever he needs to, either via trade or off the street, or after a team start making cuts. He's going to bring in the depth we need. It doesn't really matter. I mean, what fucking Brady played with some of the worst lines in the history of the NFL in New England and won Super Bowls with trash ass O-line. So
yeah, but he also had an offensive line coach that'd probably be a Hall of Famer if they did that with position coaches. So
yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, since BA got here, we've started to develop players all over the place.
100%.
And the O-line is played very well. So, it's going to hurt us in the depth department. I don't think anybody can deny that.
Camera's over here, Sting.
It's going to hurt us. Which camera am I on right now?
A, you're on A. No, A.
Oh, A. Oh, okay. Listen, it's going to hurt us in the depth department. There it is. Quote me, put that on Twitter, tweet that out. Stank says it's going to hurt us in the depth department that we lost Aaron Stinnie.
How is that even a bold take, dipshit? Of course. I already said that.
No, it doesn't have to be a bold take. It's the right take.
All right. So, you have anything else to add to that? Plus,
I don't know. You kept on interrupting me because you're not telling me when you're switching cameras, so I don't know which one to look at.
No, I mean, Stinnie's obviously a loss, but I think it's something we can replace. Like Stink said, Jason's going to go out and, if he needs to find a veteran, he will. He'll find additions from other teams possibly once they get, released.
Yep.
But personally, I feel like offensive tackle backup needs the most urgency as far as replacement. Like, as far as finding a better OT3, I would like them to sign Jason Peters. I know he's an older veteran. He's still out there. He's, able to come. He wants to be on a winning team, and he doesn't mind being a backup. I would much prefer him than Josh Wells or Fred Johnson, who just don't look good at all. And I'm hoping Tristan Wirfs can come back for week 1. Hopefully he's healthy and ready to go.
Hey, Sam, real quick before
I hit you guys with a dad joke, but Josh Wells, when he's out there playing left or right tackle, the well is wide the fuck open. I've got the perfect last name for how shitty he is as a tackle, dude.
I was going to say the well was dry or something stupid, even more stupid like that. Listen, Brandon Fuller put his gigantic dick on the table with a $5 super chat donation. He said, fuck the Saints. Love y'all. Hashtag Team Stank. Hashtag Real Buck Talk. Look, he didn't even hashtag Sammer at all in there. He didn't say hashtag spray paint your beard.
You don't got to love us. You don't got to love us. That's why we got 3 of us. If you like sweet, you like savory, you like asshole, you got all, you got all of it, right? You got all of it in there.
Brandon Fuller, dude, he's got a good palate.
But
That's for
before we move on to Tom Brady, I got to ask this because I've seen this all over Twitter for some fucking reason. People want us to bring in J.C. Treader as our center and move Hainsey over to guard now. It's for some reason as if we lost our starter. All right, so please tell these people why there's no way in hell we're changing centers now after all these weeks in camp.
Right. Yeah, they've already been developing Hainsey, and Hainsey's been doing a hell of a job. Like he's the guy now, and we have to live with that. He's going to step up to the plate, and he's been doing a pretty damn good job. I mean, so far 2 preseason games plus the training camp practices, he's been pretty solid. So you have to trust it. And again, Jason Light knows offensive line, he knows what he's doing. The coaching staff believes in Hainsey, so he's the guy. And you can't just move him to left guard where hasn't really played a lot, and he's already training for center. This is his job. Like, there's no reason to bring in a JC Treader. And plus he doesn't fit the scheme. Expensive player. He's out there for a reason as far as availability. Same thing with like Eric Flowers. I know Eric Flowers has been the name, like bring him to play left guard. No, I'm sorry. No, I'd rather roll with the rookie, get a key, let him develop, let him get better. And he's gotten better every time he's in there. He played very well against Tennessee. I know he had the holdings, but overall he had a good game. Go back and watch the tape.
That kind of leads into what I was going to say. How does he look so far? Like, do you think he's ready to be week 1 guy, or is it going to be, what's his name, Leverett?
I think they're leaning towards Gedeke. Again, he's going to have to perform well in this game coming up. I think he's going to get the first crack with the starters, and they're going to see how it looks. Him playing with Donovan Smith and Hainsey, see how it goes. And I think it could be better because he really hasn't played with a good left tackle, obviously, with Josh Wells or Johnson or Brandon Walton, so it's been tough for him where, it looks like he's giving up sacks, but really he's not, because the tackle's getting beat so quickly that it's allowing penetration. So
Fred Johnson, not the answer either. And I know you said you're more concerned about our tackle depth than your guard depth. I do agree with that as well. I mean, I kind of focused on him for quite a while during the game because I actually watched it. Like Shammer, I actually watched the game. Not good, man. He's an enormous human, by the way. Saw him out at training camp. He's one of the biggest humans I've ever seen face to face. But looking a little Frankensteinish out there. Maybe he develops. Maybe he's a little rusty. I don't know.
Would you tell him he played like shit to his face? Since after you just told me how big he is?
Would I tell Fred Johnson face to face that I think that he sucks, that he's trash, that his game really isn't good, that he's going to get our quarterback Tom Brady killed? Would I say that to Fred Johnson's face? Absolutely.
Yeah, right, dude. You're a bitch. You're not saying that. Never. No way, dude. Also,
bro, I would guarantee you I can outrun him though.
I don't know, man. Big dude's got long strides, dude. And
yeah, but no agility. Well, listen, actually, I have no agility.
We've seen your agility. You've seen my agility at this point. We know a lot about each other. We know a lot.
We do.
More
we
about
know a
each
little. Was that a teaser?
That was a teaser. Yeah, a little bit. But I was going to address one last thing on Stinnie. People on Twitter like losing their shit about why is this guy still playing in the third quarter? Why is he still? Yeah, listen. If the Bucs thought he was legitimately going to compete for that spot, he wouldn't have been playing with the fucking trash. I don't know. They have a name for him in the league. Just these random fucking assholes are going to be UPS drivers. No offense, Latte, at all. Like I think
Latte's in the chat room. And he's going to leave now that you just fucking shit on his fucking.
But you know what I mean. They go from NFL guys to delivering packages. Not a big deal there. But my point being, if he was anything value to the Bucs in terms of that starting option, he wouldn't have been playing at that point in the game. There's no like tea leaves to read there. It's fucking dumb. You're out of line by complaining about some shit like that on Twitter or anywhere at that point, really. I just had to get that off my chest because that shit annoyed the fuck out of me. It's like, no, this wasn't Tristan Wirfs playing in the third quarter here.
Hey, Joel Rican, there's weight classes for a reason. Everybody saw the video, a big girl at the Bucs game whooping that little girl's ass. That's why they have weight classes. That's why.
All right.
Yeah. Ken Barrett talks about O'Keefe at tackle. I wouldn't mind it. He says just put 30 pounds on him, and he could probably be offensive tackle 3. So I'm with that idea. I think that's something he could do if he wanted to, but I love him at fullback.
Plus, you could put O'Keefe at nose tackle.
I know.
He's a football player. He could play linebacker. Outside of throwing the football, there's probably not a lot of positions you wouldn't want to put him at. Maybe corner. But
so you think you'd love to have O'Keefe in a bunch of different positions, is what I heard, right? But listen, O'Keefe's got a football name. Don't you guys?
Listen, bro.
It's a football name, like John Madden used to say. That's the name of an offensive lineman.
Let's hear how John would say Go ahead.
O'Keefe. Boom.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Tough acting, Tadactin.
Tough acting, O'Keefe.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Can we
awesome.
talk about this fucking loser that just came back to camp? This fucking some guy that's apparently been missing or some shit.
Listen, he saw the game. He watched the preseason game in the Bahamas or wherever the fuck he's been hiding.
Mass singer.
He saw the mass singer. Exactly. He saw what happened out there. He saw that Trask was coming for his job, and he's like, not on my watch. He got right back on the plane. Took him a little while to get here, but he's here now. And so we're all not worried anymore, and we can stop talking about our backup quarterbacks.
You were worried, actually. I wasn't worried. Plus,
Maybe
I don't
for a
think
minute.
were you worried at all?
No, we didn't bring it up at all. So
Yeah. See, Stank's been literally, he's had diarrhea since the announcement initially happened.
Listen, I love Todd Bowles, okay? Great guy, but he is no BA on the mic. He left a lot of wonder in his statements. He's a little wishy-washy with his answers, and I think that's what caused a lot of the uncertainty.
But I don't think it's on purpose. I just think that's just the nature of how he talks, and he's a little bit more lax in how he answers questions, and he doesn't realize that he's not buttoning up every single statement. He's not putting a period or an exclamation point on every single thing he says, and so it leaves a lot of dots, a lot of commas, a lot of question marks, and so people run with that. And I think that's just one of those things that you don't know how to do unless you've been behind that mic. You've had that gig for a while. Guys like, as much as I hate the motherfucker, Sean Payton knew how to answer a question. Obviously, Bill Parcells.
Dude, why would you bring up that butthole mouth on this fucking podcast, dude?
Guys that have had those long-term jobs, they know how to answer. You know what my favorite is? It's Bill Belichick. He doesn't answer or not answer a single thing. Everything is a fucking shroud of mystery. I fucking love him, dude.
Every answer is an underlying "go fuck yourself" tone. No matter what he says,
he's almost said it though at times. Like, I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go fuck
There's
yourself.
no all that. Just gonna fuck yourself.
it doesn't help when Todd has to answer like 20 questions of the same question. Like, it's just the same question over and over, especially for a certain number of people. I don't want to name names, but it's always, the same thing. And, he just has to tell it how it is, but it's coach speak. That's what it is.
He'll get it, man. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But Stank,
Tom's back. That's what matters.
He's back. And he didn't even look like he skipped a beat today. He looked extremely happy to be at camp, guys, for that stupid fucking report that he looked miserable the last day of camp before he had his absence. Whatever the story is, I don't think we're ever going to 100% know what it is, and I'm 100% okay with that. And I hope we never know exactly what happened. I don't 100% believe the whole Bahamas story. I don't know about all that shit, because I feel like anywhere Tom goes, somebody would have got a photo of him. Somebody would have been there to snap a shot. Something would have happened news-wise, whether it's somebody in the fucking press or some random person who happened to be at the same resort. Whatever. But Stank brings up fucking Trask. And so he goes from having a really good first preseason game to what I think is a game that you can't really grade him all that much on. But a couple throws he made were unreal. I will give him that. But I'm curious to see what you think of what Trask looked like in that second game, plus, especially considering the fact that he really didn't look like he had much time to do much of anything, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of good, to be honest.
A lot of good?
A lot of good. Yeah,
I agree.
He did
I'm
a lot
making
of good
sure
out there.
you repeat that because there's people freaking the fuck out after that second game.
Yeah, I thought he did a lot of good things out there. And he made the right reads. Again, I went through the tape earlier today, and I mean, there's a lot of plays that were just left on the table because either A, guys dropped it, or B, there was a fumble.
Keep going with A's. I like it.
Yeah, there was a fumble, and then there was not enough time. Like, he was about to throw the ball to his correct read, but the pocket already broke down. And that's one thing where he's got to learn and get better at, as far as when no one's open, like what to do next. That's like his next progression of improvement. But for the most part, he was making reads. And again, I think if you put a game plan around him, as far as throwing the more timing routes, more play action, etc., guy would be fine. Like, he would do wonders in this offense. I feel, especially with talent of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, etc., the starting offensive line with the good tackles around him, I think he would do the job. So is there still improvement to be made? Absolutely. He's not fully there, but the progress he's made from last year to now is remarkable. It's outstanding how better he is. If people go back and watch tape from last year to this year, it's night and day different. How much more comfortable he is with the offense, how he's reading the defense is better, throwing with anticipation, manipulating safeties and linebackers. It's night and day. So,
but plus, Pewter Report came back out and said he's not the answer.
Scott just doesn't like Trask.
Okay, yeah, because everything I read, and I also watched the game. Close the door on the guy. It's over.
No.
The Trask experiment is over with. As far as everybody in the media is concerned, he had a terrible outing, took a huge step back, proved everybody right, everybody who doubted him and said we shouldn't have drafted him in the second round. Shit on Jason Light like they like to do, because why would you ever draft a potential starting quarterback in the second round, right? So I want to say that his performance especially in the first quarter was good. Very good. The pass to Scotty, I even tweeted out the receivers let him down early on in that game. Now shit started to unravel around him as the game went on. I think his confidence probably took a little bit of a hit. But
yeah, in that second half, you look at the plays, like a lot of guys just weren't open, and he had to hold that ball a little bit longer. Like there was just no options to go to. And that's why I say the next progression of his development is figuring out what to do when no one's open. Either I'm going to tuck this ball and get yards, or throw it out of bounds or whatever. I think that's his next step. And yeah, there's at times where he needs to protect the ball better when there's pressure around him. We've seen a couple of times where the ball gets knocked loose, but that's because he's looking downfield and trying to get to his read, not expecting that pressure. So again, that's something where experience plays into that. Once he gets the experience, feeling that pressure will become more natural. And again, not saying he doesn't have it already. It's just something that he's trying to make plays. And again, you're out with guys that are just running their routes. It's very vanilla. There's no scheme or game plan with this. So it can be tough at times when you just have no one open. Like there's no one open. And then by the time someone does get open, the pocket is already collapsed and it's over. It's play over.
So what you're saying, he needs to watch a little more Derek Carr and just get rid of the ball constantly right after his first fucking read and throw it in the stands.
What I see from him is that he lacks, what I feel Pless is saying at least, is that he lacks what's called that pocket awareness. And I don't think he understands just how quickly that pressure can turn into a potential sack or a sack fumble. And that's, again, timing, experience, not being behind that, line long enough at the NFL level to really feel it and understand it. But having Tom Brady there to learn how to climb the pocket, how to move the pocket, how to manipulate the pocket. Again, right. I'm going to have to drop a fucking saint on here I absolutely hate. Drew Brees knew how to manipulate a pocket, and he just knew his way around it, in and out. And he was a smaller dude. And Trask doesn't really necessarily have to work the pocket as Brees did, because he's tall. He can see over the line and whatnot. But you could see that he doesn't know sometimes what to do, like you said, when there's nobody open, how to extend that play. But then other times he rolls out on that one play, he rolls out to his right and just throws an absolute fucking dart. And it's like in the only place the wide receiver could catch it. It was and then you're like, holy shit. Yeah. And you guys know me. I am not a Trask like rah guy. And I see that and I go, there's something there. Holy shit, there is something there. And if he can fucking get it all down and like nail it together, like I could see him going in and competing when Brady does leave, and whether it's against Jimmy Garoppolo, no way in fucking hell, I think, or any other guy that they bring in, obviously veteran-wise. I don't think they're going to keep Blaine Gabbert after after Tom leaves. So if you can see him go in there and compete, absolutely, I think he can because of those throws. And then the only thing that I wish we could see him is with a full playbook, because in the preseason they're not going to do that, right? They're going to have their plays and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you give this guy, plays with timing, because when you see it when he's dropping back with timing, and it's a timing route that he's throwing to, again, it's on the money, it's accurate. There's things there that you can work with. Play action, same thing. But the problem is, especially in the second half, they're running a lot of long developing plays where you're waiting for guys to get open, or he's trying to throw with anticipation. But the problem is these guys aren't getting open quick enough, or the pocket's already breaking down. Like the second play, I think it was the second play he was in where he got sacked. Scotty Miller was going to be open across the middle. He was going to that corner. He was going to that zone. And again, Fred Johnson gets beat right off the snap. What are you supposed to do? and he just didn't have time to make that play. There was a lot of those occasions where he was about to make that throw, but again, pressure, and just that's the next step of his progression, understanding when that pressure is coming, and he's like, okay, I don't have 4 seconds to hold on. I only got 2 seconds, and I got to dump it off or run out of there, do something with it. I think that's where he's got to develop his game, and that comes with experience, like we're talking about.
So 8 or 10 preseason games, or eight or 10 quarters in a preseason game isn't enough to show what he's actually capable of. He may fall on his fucking face when he gets the opportunity to start with a team. Nobody knows right now, so you can't say anything definitively either way. And I can't fucking talk right now. Today, Junior.
Definitively. Listen, you know who's had a lot of opportunity and has fallen on his face, I think, honestly, and no disrespect, but it's going to fucking sound disrespectful. Scotty Miller. Guys out there running against 2s and 3s. Mike's not playing. Gage is not playing. Julio Jones is not playing. Chris Godwin's not playing. You're getting fucking opportunities, kid. I don't think Scotty making this team.
It's tough. And then, the gunner rep that he had, he ran past the returner. It was a tough go for him. Obviously, you got to make that catch, especially when you're down the sideline. That's like a specialty play for you. That's the play you have to make. That's what you're supposed to be elite at, and you got to make that happen. I did like the catch he made over the middle. That was nice. That was a good contested catch. Again, that was a great throw by Trask under duress, and he stood in the pocket and made a strike. So that's what gives you signs that he does have potential. But back to Scotty, he's got to produce. Like, it just hasn't come to fruition in the games. And in training camp, he's been balling out, but it's just not getting enough.
So what's worth more? What's worth more? A guy that Tom trusts, that is doing what he's supposed to do in practice, in training camp. Now we've seen 2 deep balls now where he hasn't come down with it, but it's not with his number 1 quarterback. So it's not like it's him and Tom out there. I think the final decision lay with Tom, or is it going to be the coaching staff making that decision? Does Tom go in there and say, I trust this guy. I've been in there with the bullets. He's made one of the biggest catches in Buccaneer history. I want this guy here. Or are we going with the unknowns with some of these? If it was Edelman guys,
or Gronk or a guy like, I don't know, maybe AB when he was here, that's somebody that Tom would go into a room and be like, I'm putting my fucking fist down on the table and this guy's not leaving the team. This is Scotty Miller we're talking about here. He could throw the same ball to Darden. He could throw the same ball to any one of those younger guys that we see in the preseason games. Tompkins, for instance. Any one of these guys can stretch the field and do basically the same thing, but they also do all the other shit too. So it's not like Tom's like, hey, you're taking away my one fucking deep touchdown pass every 4.5 games, kinda. He's not gonna fucking go to bat for that. He doesn't need to. Yeah. That's not. You're not bringing enough there, man. I don't see. Like, I love Scotty. I loved him in that Green Bay Packers game. That was awesome, and the Raiders shot that they took. But writing's on the wall here, man. You gotta have one hell of a third fucking preseason game here at this point. If they don't cut him, because you know how they kind of cut players that they respect a little earlier to give him a chance.
He's got trade value. They're not going to cut him. I think they're going to, if anything, they're going to try to trade him first.
Yeah, but what are you going to get? 6th, 7th rounder out of it?
Maybe. It's better than nothing.
I think they can get him to add 290 pounds to his body and slide him into left guard.
It could be that they trade him for an opportunity to get a guard that another team is going to trade or cut. One of those first opportunity things.
You're getting a bag of chips.
Pelagic Computer has put his dick on the table with a couple of super chats. He said, speaking of Scotty at this point, who's the 5th, 6th, and 7th wide receiver? That's kind of the fucking question here. There's so many guys. I think Geiger dropped the ball literally and figuratively in this last game. He did not look good. Stearns had limited balls thrown his way, and Tompkins looked great. The guy. He's tiny, but he's battles. He's a savage out there.
Yeah, he battles for the ball, and
he does.
Yeah, he looked good. If I had to say right now, I would probably say it's still Darden, Johnson, and Miller as 5, 6, and 7. I just feel like
over Tompkins.
Yeah, I think they just have a better. They have a better opportunity of sneaking him on the practice squad, in my opinion. I think they would find a way to get him there. If anything, again, this doesn't exclude trades like, Stink talked about. I think they could very well trade Johnson or Miller to the team we're facing this week in the Colts.
Hey, plus, did you hear Bowles' press conference yesterday where he brought up Gunner several times in that press conference?
Yes, yeah.
Talking about, trying to find a gunner, looking for Gunner. Isn't that what Scotty's brings to the table outside of his, receiving capability? Isn't he a strong gunner?
Well, they had they had him out there at gunner. They also had Tyler Johnson out there too.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look good because I think he was dealing with an ankle injury, so I kind of exclude him on that rep. But yeah, I mean, they got to find someone. You hope Zy McCollum can be one of them. I think once guys get defined roles, like as far as like the corners who's playing out there, obviously Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy Bunting will probably be one of them. But yeah, they got to find some other guys that can do it. And yeah, it's tough. But still, I would say 5 through 7 is still Darden, Johnson, and Miller right now. But again, that can change with the play of Devin Tompkins. I think Tompkins is probably right there on the cusp. He's the next guy in line if they do move on. It depends on who they want. I don't see Cyril Grayson or Brashad Perriman. I think those guys will probably be on the practice squad, or one of them will be on the practice squad. Again, that's another trade opportunity as well.
So what about guys like Cyril Grayson, Perriman, guys who've kind of been injured throughout camp, even though they started off hot? It seems like, do they get the upper hand over some of those rookies that maybe the Bucs think they could kind of sneak onto the practice squad like you're talking about? Because I think they like Stearns. I think they like, Geiger, and I know they definitely like Tompkins. So say those three guys are kind of guys they try to sneak by. Does a guy like Perriman or a guy like Grayson get to make the team kind of by default almost? Or no?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they have a real chance right now. They just haven't been out there. I mean, Perriman just got to practice today, so maybe he plays in this game and I don't know, maybe shows something. Maybe they try to showcase him for trade value, kind of like what they did with Tyler Johnson in that first game.
Yeah.
Maybe they try to do that. We'll see. But so many options, right? And it's not a bad thing.
I know for sure, though, if you were to rank these guys that are competing for these last few spots of who is the most attractive in terms of trade bait, it would be Tyler Johnson, because he seems to have all the tools there and he looks hungry and he's ready to go, and he has played the best out of the group in the preseason so far. He'd be the guy that you could probably get a team to bite on. I just don't see them. I don't see a team wanting to trade for Scotty Miller, knowing that if you don't trade him, you probably got to cut him. And what is he going to bring to the table? Like I said, I mean, a handful of plays. I don't see him. And it's not a knock on Scotty. Again, I'm just saying, like, it is what it is.
Jason Light loves the guys he drafted too. He's not a guy who easily gives up on players that he's brought in that way. So the thing with Tyler, he brings a little something different than any of that. He's a physical guy, and none of the guys that you're listed or we've been talking about bring that physicality like Tyler has. And I think he's had a good camp, and he showed out in preseason so far.
Plus, not having Godwin possibly start out the first game, maybe they let him ease his way in the first 3 games. Tyler Johnson kind of can do a lot of those things. Is he as good of a blocker? No, but I think he's better of a blocker than Russell Gage, for instance. So I think he kind of has. It's weird. We're talking about him possibly being traded, but he's also got a foot in the door and almost 2 feet in the door at the same time. It's weird because he looks so appealing as a trade value piece.
Right. Yeah. No, I think he's on the team again. Like I would list him probably as 5th, and then Darden, Miller being on that bubble, and then next guy up would be Tompkins. I think they like Tompkins a lot. Just depends on who they can sneak through. If they have a feeling that Tompkins is going to get claimed, maybe he does get the call. Instead. And he also gives you return value as well. I know Scotty can do that too, but, we've seen Tompkins do a couple returns and he's looked good. So yeah, I mean, I know that
White looked good to me, or at least the one return that he had.
Why do they have him returning kicks? I don't understand that.
Why not?
It's size, it's vision. They just feel like, the running back, he can do different things. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but again, it's a way to get on the field. It's a way to showcase his ability, and obviously he, is getting better at it. Obviously, like Stink said, that rep was pretty good, and he showed, cutback ability, stuff like that, vision.
That might also,
good as a.
That might also just be him going to the team, hey, can I do every single thing that you need me to do? Whereas I don't think they're going to him like, hey, we need you to return some kicks. But
I'm not a fan of saving guys. If put him out there. If he can make plays at that position, put him out there. What are you saving him for? He's not our lead back right now. So give him the opportunity to make plays in other positions.
That was one.
Why you don't see Scotty back there is still crazy to me. I don't get that.
Yeah. That was one position that actually looked good on Saturday. The running back position played well. Leonard obviously looked great. He looked solid. And it was nice to see Rashad White come in after him. It looks like he jumped the depth chart over Keyshawn Vaughn. And then Keyshawn came in and looked good. He did his thing.
He did. All the backs look good.
Yeah. So that position looks
with the exception of the new guy. What's his name?
Yeah. I mean, he's just a holdover right now. Gio Bernard.
Like he belonged on that football field.
Plus, we talked a little about the return. I was going to ask you, how, like special teams, for whatever reason, over the last few years, seems to kind of be a weakness for the Bucs for the most part, especially since it's a Super Bowl. What are we going to get better? Are we looking like we're going to be a better team, sports or special teams team, as opposed to what we've been the last few years? Because it feels like when we're punting or returning a punt, it's basically nothing is going to happen in our favor.
Yeah, it's tough. I think, again, once we get into the regular season, you can game plan a little bit. You get guys in the roles that they're going to be out there for, more rested, fresher. I think that will definitely help going forward.
Go full screen on that. Our quarterback just tweeted this out.
It's awesome.
Missed you.
Yeah,
guys.
he's ready to go.
Thank you, Skip. Skip just texted me.
Solid, dude.
He's ready to roll. It's awesome. But yeah, I think the special teams will be fine. It's just guys getting into those defined positions, and you'll see. I like the punter. The punter looked good. He showed his leg. I wasn't worried about him. Showed good hang time, and did some good things.
Hey, we had a super chat from Tope Daddy. Said Gabbard made Trask look like Joe Montana, warming up to Trask at number 2. Weird game. Both teams going for it on every fourth down. No top wide receivers playing, etc. You don't win in Honky Tonkyville on Saturday night.
Our defense looked good. I like how our defense played.
Yeah.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka.
Tryon looked
He looked legit. He was ready.
Looked amazing.
Again, not going up against tackle number 1 for the Titans, but again, he was in there being aggressive against the run, making things happen.
But that's what you want to see. You want to see a guy go from year 1 to year 2 and dominate the fuck out of a guy who he should not be lined up against, right? We've seen tons of star defensive players, especially along the line here in Tampa, not do shit against backups and third-string guys in regular season games, let alone fucking preseason games. So having Joe dominate a guy who's just a dude is amazing. We need to see that. That's great to see. And the only thing that sucks about preseason, we don't get to see the entire starting defense play together, because I think it could be fucking dangerous, man. Like insanely good.
What are we, 2.5 weeks out from Dallas? 3 weeks out from Dallas? It's coming, man. It's exciting. It's fucking exciting. It's here.
Yeah, it really is. It's it's about time. Again, we're getting closer and closer as the days go on, and I'm with you. I think the defense can be really good. We're actually looking up stats, 2019 turnovers, and then 2020, 2021, and they've been consistent with their takeaways. I think in 2019 they had 28 takeaways, and then 2020 they had 25, and then last year they had 29. So again, it's continued progression. I know this year they want to get over 30, and they can definitely do that if they can stay healthy. With the pass rush and the secondary catching footballs like Carlton Davis speaks of, that's going to be huge.
Calm down, Cali Bucks. He says trying to be the next Simeon Rice. Listen,
nah.
Simeon was a rare breed, rare animal, dude.
If he could figure out how to bend and not fall to the ground around those corners like Simeon did, dude, I mean, he's got everything but that. We saw it in camp. We were talking about it on a couple of reps. Stank, myself, and Latte were like, dude, if he could bend just a little bit more.
He doesn't have that bend yet.
He doesn't have it yet. He still has a little bit more stiffness, but like that elasticity that Von Miller shows when he comes around the corner where you think any other human who's not an alien would absolutely just fall to the ground. This guy's somehow rubber banding, fucking gumbying it around the corner and sacking the fuck out of your quarterback. Like, if he gets that, watch out.
JTS is a hell of an athlete. I think that's what he brings to the table. He's not overly powerful. He's just he's a freak.
He will get it.
I hope he becomes Simeon Rice. Simeon Rice is my favorite pass rusher of all time. being able to see him live, he was the best pass rusher I've seen play.
I love Sim, dude. He would get just like the kids in Pop Warner. He'd get into a 4-point stance or be on his knees before every snap, like just ready and raring to go. And he was special. There hasn't been many guys like that were so natural at that position that had the bend.
Dude, it looked effortless for him. He would just glide through a pass rush, and it would end up in this beautiful fucking. Even going up against like a guy like Michael Vick, where you had to be super disciplined in your lane and not over pursue and go outside and give him a lane. He was just so good at coming up and then coming right back. Like that game where they absolutely dominated the fuck out of the Falcons when everyone was talking about Vick. Dude, it was like, dude made it look easy, and he was out there having fun, joking around, talking shit all at the same time, and going against a guy that usually embarrasses defensive ends when they over pursue or they go too wide on him. It was awesome to see him even be half of Simeon Rice in terms of try-on. It'd be freaking amazing, dude.
I'll take it.
I'm excited to see that kid play because I really thought he could have had 8, 9, maybe 10 sacks last year if he could wrap up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
Brandon Presley brings up my crush on the team. Fudukasi. I love that kid, dude. I hope he makes the team. It's a numbers game, but I think he's making a case, man.
Having a guy like him, Vita, and Nacho all on the same team with all their fucking names and shit, it'd be amazing. It'd be like the fucking three amigos.
Fucking tongue twisters.
Awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. All right, so Plus has to go at 8. So I do have somebody waiting in the phone. So we'll go to what we have now decided to call the Beck's Baby Oil Hotline. Right, this is my new favorite thing right here. All right, we're gonna go to the 678. You're on with the Loose Cannons. What's up? Hello? You're on with the Loose Cannons.
Smitty, is that you? 678?
Smitty, 678.
What's good, man? This is Smitty, man.
Smitty, you're on the Beck's.
What's up, Smitty?
You're on the Beck's Baby Oil Hotline. Smitty.
Look at that graphic. Look at that amazing fucking graphic. What?
Man, y'all are the shit. Hey, man, I watched the game and hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, baby.
Go ahead.
Okay. I analyzed the game, man. I seen when we was in pass protection, they was getting at us, man. But the run blocking was pretty decent, man. But I'm so glad Tom is back, man. Everybody said, "Oh Lord, what's going to happen if Tom don't come?" He said he was on vacation, man. And with this damn media people, when Tom got his back, he used to sit down and talk to the players and apologize. Apologize for what? The man was on fucking vacation. They know he was on vacation. Stop fucking with Tom. And I believe that doggone coach, he's a trip, man. Bowles, Tom, I don't know when Tom's coming back, but he was just fucking with him, man. Instead of fucking around with Jenny Lane ass. You said he was going to be back today, and you lied to us. Was he coming back or what? It's just, man, somebody to pimp slap her ass. Please, I tell you, he was coming back. But
listen,
anyway.
Smitty, hold on. Before you go, Smitty, listen. You're the preacher. We call you Preacher Smitty for a reason, all right? Man, listen, this team has been...
Yeah.
Oh, Pastor Smitty, my bad. Listen, the team has been cursed, I say, by this injury bug. I need you to give us a prayer, give us a hymn, give us something to protect this team, Smitty. Please.
It's been a while, bro.
It's been a while.
Listen, I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner, bro. Please heal me.
Heal this team.
All right, brother. All right. Everybody touch the screen for 1 second. Ain't going to be too long. Lord, 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 Lord. Please, please bless our line. We need to protect Tom Brady. He's our $1 million baby. Oh, Lord, we need to get us somebody replacement. We need to see what happens after this game, the next game, Lord. But we need somebody to protect Tom Brady because folks are just coming through. Oh, the devil is a liar. Oh, Lord. Maybe in your way. Amen. That's it, man. But
Wow. That's one of the best moments ever on the history of this show. Incredible.
One of the best phone calls we've ever had.
Man.
Holy shit.
That was good.
That was amazing.
I feel better.
Man,
I feel better.
I ain't gonna hold up the line, man. That's my take on it, man. We're gonna be all right. And I think it's gonna be some changes on the line. They probably gonna see what's gonna happen after this game, man. Because them dudes were getting after the back of my man TJ. What do we call him, TJ?
Johnson in the
What's the boy
slot.
name? KT.
Okay.
KT, they was on his ass, man. Every time he backed up, they was in his face, man. And then he had the 1s and 2s and 3s he was throwing at. So it wasn't, too much. I ain't gonna beat up on him too bad. It was on his ass, man. But other than that, man, y'all have peace. God bless. I know the doctor in the building's got another show to go to, so I'm gonna get out of here because I know he got another gig to go to, man. I'm out.
Appreciate you.
Smitty.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Smitty just
I
doing
completely
the damn
agree.
thing, dude.
I could completely agree with his media take there. That was awesome.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Wow.
about the pimp slap part, but
Not that part, but the part before. I agree.
all right, yeah. Okay, so we're good there. Yeah, awesome, sweet. All right, so I don't know what else we got to touch on here. Tom Brady's back. All is great in the world. Stank, we'll see you in what, 10 days? You said. So,
Enjoy.
hopefully.
I don't know, bro. I told you. Listen. I have a hot Latina wife as well. You know, it's hard to tell her no, but I had to tell her no. I got a job to do, bro. I'm not leaving my boys during camp. I'm not doing it. Okay. I don't care what you call me, the GOAT. It doesn't matter. Okay. This comes first. People say family first. I say podcast first, Bucs first, loose cannons first.
Wow.
I get a priority, motherfuckers.
All right, hey, Plus, thank you for hanging out, man. For
Thank you,
those
guys.
other people who somehow don't know who the fuck you are or where to find your shit, go ahead and let them know, and then also let them. Your next show is at 9 tonight, and it's live, correct? All right,
Correct.
do your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, check us out, Real Bucks Talk. Go to YouTube right now. Search Real Bucks Talk. Subscribe because you don't want to miss tonight's show with Brad Johnson, former Buccaneers quarterback, Super Bowl champion Brad Johnson. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we can't wait. Plus, we have much more in store for content coming up this season. It's going to be a lot
Plus.
of fun. Go Bucks.
Did you say
Did you say
plus or
plus?
plus?
Or
I heard
plus.
plus.
I heard
Yeah,
plus. Plus more.
Plus more. Yep.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a late caller here. What do
Bring him in.
We got 8 minutes. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'll take 813. You're on with the loose cannons. What's up? Turn your mic down.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Jeremy?
What up, Jeremy?
You're on the
What
Bex
up?
Baby
Not
Oil
much.
Hotline, Jeremy. Give it to us wet and greasy.
know.
Let's go.
Man, why you gotta talk about suck up, man? 51 fucking yards, man. Where's the love for suck up?
That was
Bro.
good.
Fuck that guy.
It's a gay. Wait, you know what? Suck up knows what's up, bro. We don't give Suck up love. Suck up's earned the position. This is a Suck up podcast, obviously now. Borgalis, you can go back to Miami.
No, I agree. You go back to Miami. Exactly. We got Ryan Suck up. He showed up. We'll be just fine to kick in position. There's no need to freaking make any changes. Screw that. No. After he nailed that 51-yarder, I was sold. I'm like, okay, that's done deal. Sorry, Jose. Get the hell out of here.
Wow. That you called in just to fucking talk about suck up, Jeremy?
You did, bro. When you see a barefoot kicker out there hitting 51 yarders, you gotta give him love. And I apologize to Suck up right now that we didn't lead the show with that. That's what we should have led with instead of all that dumb shit you were talking about with, backup guards and shit. We talk about somebody who's probably going to be the leading scorer on this football team this year.
That was MVP.
Plus, he's the barefoot wonder, like you said.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised you
dude.
didn't bring him up.
No.
Like,
Drop the
come
ball.
on, man.
I dropped
don't-
the ball.
But anyway, plus,
Not like
I'll
that.
be watching your show tonight, dude. By the way, I just wanted to throw it out there.
Appreciate it.
Everybody should be.
Yeah.
Look at that graphic, though. Look at the beautiful Stephen Beck. How much did you have to pay him?
Nothing. He actually pays us sponsorship. Anyway,
okay.
Plus, thanks for hanging out, man. You guys hit
thank you,
that
guys.
like button, please. Smash the subscribe button. And yes, I did tease a upcoming show. Join us Wednesday night
Oh, my
at
God.
7 o'clock with former Buccaneer fan favorite. I think he's a legend, Yo Murphy.
He's definitely a
All
legend.
right. And Yo Murphy's going to talk about these wide receivers. We're going to talk about the Bucs. We're going to talk about what he does at his awesome, freaking amazing training facility where he's trained NFL stars coming out of college, going into the combine, and going into their first years as rookies. And, of course, he trained a couple of extremely out of shape podcasters, baby. We decided to see if we could take on a wide receiver set of drills, an NFL wide receiver set of drills. And there will be a mini movie that comes out to let you guys know how well.
I'm
or bad
scared.
we
I
did.
do not want
But-
to see that movie.
Yo Murphy is also going to join us on Wednesday night and give us our grades from that fateful afternoon. So you guys do not want to miss that. Obviously, hey, go Bucs, fuck the Saints. Tom Brady's back, baby. Tom Brady's back.
Hell yeah.